Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta jana kalyani niratam karunamayam namami chinmayam devam sadgurum brahma vidvaram. We have seen in the previous session the first verse of the Sadhana Panchakam, and we have just got into the second verse. In these 40 instructions, I would say steps, Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankaracharya giving us a small little gentle nudge to move forward in our spiritual life. As you and I, as an individual entity, individual being, we are what is known as in transactional reality. In Sanskrit it is known as Vyavaharika Satta. Vyavaharika Satta means Vyavahare Stitaha, where we are in the world of transactions. In the world of transactions, we are what we are. I am a husband, जिसका हंसना बंद हो गया, जो husband, wife, brother, sister, parent, father, mother, all these, that is called Vyavaharika Satta, transactional reality. And based upon our identity with our physical body alone, all relationships are valid. Without this physical body, I don't have any brother or sister or mother or father or husband or wife or children. None of those are connected to, all of them are connected to this body. And the time we wake up in the morning till we go to bed, we just do that only. So what is spirituality? It is becoming aware of who you are without this. And that is the nature of the soul. As I have explained to you in the previous session also, Krishna says in chapter 15, Mamevamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Jiva bhuta sanatana. This soul is eternal. Jiva loke, in this world of living, jiva bhuta, one which has become the jiva, is sanatana, eternal. But this eternal soul, taken up this physical body as an individual identity, comes to have this individual experiences. But those who have understood this, while leaving the body, while staying in the body, while experiencing everything in this world, they see it. Utkramantam stitam va bibunjanam va gunanvidam vimudaha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshusha. People who have the right eye of knowledge see it. Those who don't see it. So this correct knowledge, when it happens, our perception changes. Based upon our knowledge alone, our perception is. Whatever you have learned through your school, university, that has become your knowledge base. That knowledge base alone makes you see things the way you see, and therefore each one is so different. According to my knowledge base and experience is my perception, and your knowledge base makes your perception. That's why both of us won't agree on all terms. Why? Because the way I see is not the way you see. You see? That's why the two Madarasis, when they meet, you see, they'll keep talking like that only. Oh, I see. So, perception depends upon the knowledge base. Once it so happened, I went to an ashram to listen to a Mahatma. And along with me went two construction engineers. They went with me. So I was listening to the talk, and these people, this construction is not good. You see that IC duct that is going there, it is not properly placed there. This particular tile that I've used is not good. It's actually leaking. All the time they were worried about what is going on. Construction. And then style is not good, the carpet is not. And at the end of the talk, and I came out and then I said, so how was the talk? That Swami was talking. Just to please me, they said, it was nice. What did he say? What did he say? No, the thing is, Swamiji, they have not constructed this properly. Why? Because their mind is only on that. So perception is based upon your knowledge base. So here the spirituality as a knowledge, when it is given to an individual, then that person will have that kind of perception. The vision will become different. The way to look at things become different. That is the reason why we get to learn these scriptures, to change our perception to limitation to unlimited. That is what is called divinity. Divinity is that which is unlimited. Limited means the individuality. As a limited being, I am an individual. But as an unlimited being, I am divine. As a limited being, I can only have certain amount of pleasures in life. As an unlimited being, I have infinite bliss. So from the limitation to unlimited being, asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityohoma amrutam gamaya. Take me to the amrutatvam, immortality. That is the nature of spirituality. It is not any particular activity that you need to do. But the activity is necessary to learn the right knowledge. Therefore, here Bhagavan Shankaracharya gives us that vision to move from limited being to unlimited, from individuality to divinity, from pleasures and pains to ultimate joy. Therefore, he says, Vedo nityamadiyatam tadudidam karma swanushtiyatam Tene shasya vidiyatam apachitihi kamye madistyajatam papoga pariduyatam bhavasuke doshonu sandiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagruhat turnam vinirgamyatam. From the limited self, nijagruhat turnam, at once, come on, get out of that. Vinirgamyatam. Go to the next one, up to that fourth one. Next. Up to this point. So this is the first verse. The second verse we started, next one. Repeat after me. Sangas satsu vidhiyatam Bhagavato Bhaktir Drudadiyatam We'll see this. Satsu sangaha vidiyatam. Seek the company of good people. Presently, where you are now is satsang. Satsang in English, if you write, sat and sang. It is not sat and sang. Satvastuni sangaha. Being in touch with what is true, what is a fact. Day before yesterday, I was in Arkansas. There was a small group of youngsters who asked this question: why Hinduism? That day, very morning itself, I spoke to one of the school students there, Bentonville High School there, to the students who are studying 12th grade, who are having world religion as their subject matter. Talking to them, I said, first of all, you should recognize what is Hinduism. It is Sanatana Dharma. Many of them even don't even introduce that way. Hinduism is a name came much later. So the purpose of the Sanatana Dharma is what is eternally true that you recognize. Not your pet ideas or your idea about God. That is not the way Hinduism started as Sanatana Dharma. What is already there, recognize its original nature. That is what is called Dharma. So Dharma of sugar is sweetness. It is not according to my idea, according to anybody's idea. It is its nature. The nature of sun is heat and light. It is not somebody's opinion. It's a fact. So in the same way, just like the sun is heat and light, sugar is sweet, water is liquid. In the same way, what is your nature? This is where they were inquiring. What is Sat in me? What is true in me? What is a fact in me? That is the path. So when we do not know, we have to learn from somebody who knows. Is it not science is also about that? Some individual scientists have went on in trying to find out what is the nature of a thing, and when he declares this, has it not become a fact? For example, we say, every day we see sun rising in the east, right? That's what we have been experiencing. Everybody has been having that experience. All right. But is it a fact? It's not a fact. Why? Sun never rises. But we do experience it. Your experience doesn't count according to science. According to science, sun never rises. So, have you experienced that? The sun doesn't rise and earth is going around it. Have you experienced it? No. Then why do you believe it? I asked them, why do you believe it? It is not my experience, but is it not an experience of the scientists who have discovered it? Not invented it, discovered it. So, from the standpoint of the scientist, it is a fact. From your standpoint, it is a faith. Please pay attention to that point. You have not experienced it, but you believe. Why? Because it is experimented and known. To them, you believe. So from your standpoint, it is a faith, but from their standpoint, it is a fact. Similarly, rishis who have experienced the nature of their own self as unlimited, eternal, blissful presence, it is a fact. But we presently at this moment, we are not those who are able to experience that. We are only experimenting it. This process of experiment is spirituality. From the faith to fact. It's a journey. If you don't even start, you don't have any faith, then what will you experience as a fact? In fact, that faith is an essential aspect of our journey. And if you don't believe in the words of the scriptures and the rishis who have experienced it as a fact, you will never even start. Therefore, constant exposure to this knowledge, that is what is called satsang. Sangas satsu vidiyatam. Therefore, seek the company of those who have either experienced it as a fact or those who have that much amount of faith which I need to derive from. We do not have the faith in the scriptures because we have faith in the useless TV which says so many things. Oh, it is said in the TV. And so what? That's because it is said in the TV, they showed in the TV. It cannot be the fact. But we do believe. Oh, it is printed in the newspaper. No, it is true then. If it is printed in the newspaper, you believe. If it is printed in the scriptures or Gita, that I don't believe. That is also print only. So, how to develop that faith? Even though it is not my experience, I must derive faith. If I do not have faith, I must derive faith from those who have it. Because we constantly have our own opinion, our own perception, and we, as I said, our perception is based upon our knowledge base. So that knowledge base has to change to get to higher nature, to the knowing the fact of the self. So that is the reason why one should expose one to satsang. Sangas satsu vidhiyatam. So as a regular part of your one's own life, one should get exposed to the real nature of the self. Swamiji, I am so busy with my life. So busy. Who is not busy? Even Swamis are busy with doing their own thing. Everybody is busy. You look at the ant. Is it sitting quiet? It is also busy. But is it of any use? To us, it may be very busy, picking up a small thing and going back and then putting it inside wherever it wants to store. It is also busy. Everybody is busy. Even a criminal is very busy. Every politician is busy making money. So, we cannot say that I am busy, therefore I don't have time. Then obviously, you will not move forward. Please take the child. He is making you busy. No. Now, he wants to talk. She wants to talk. So, the busyness in life is not the business of life. I can be busy with doing nothing also. I'm busy be busy watching TV. That is also busy. Busy sleeping. That is also busy only. So, in our life, there can never be a time where I have nothing to do and therefore I am going to spiritual. That is why they look at the Swamis as absolutely useless. Doing nothing. So, you must accommodate your time to engage in knowing the fact of your own self. That satsanga has to be done. And that's why here Shankaracharya says, you must engage in this. If you want to engage, proceed and progress spiritually. And if you are not interested, then it's a different thing. Sangas satsu vidhiyatam. That is what he says. Then, having said that, Bhagavato bhaktir dhrudhadhiyatam. The embodiment of that very self, in fact, the nature of the self is portrayed to us as Bhagavan, the Lord. Please understand, in Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, philosophy came first, religion came later. Philosophy of life is first understood by the people. That supreme self must be existing, Sat. It is aware, Chit, and it is blissful, Ananda. The Sat Chit Ananda is the nature of the self, the Paramatma, the Supreme, which is within me. For I would always like to be Sat. I would like to be aware, Chit, and I would like to be happy, Ananda. It is not an alien to me, it is my nature. That very nature of mine, how am I expressing? I am not expressing that nature. All the time I am afraid of death. All the time I am ignorant. All the time I am unhappy. But then, is there a thing which is constantly expressing this nature of Sat, Chit and Ananda? So that is portrayed as Bhagavan, the Lord, as an ideal, as a goal, as a destination. So in the temple, when you go and look at the form of the Lord Shiva or Krishna or Sri Rama, these Forms are to represent who is the real ideal in you. Maryada Purushottam, that is Sri Ram. Living a moral and ethically sound life. Joyful existence, Krishna. Meditating upon one's nature, Shiva. So these forms are representing what we are supposed to be. Right? So that form, whatever be the form, Bhagavan, in that we must have the faith, because that is what you want to reach. So therefore he says in the next important statement, Bhagavato bhaktihi dridhadiyatam. Dridhadiyatam, develop a deep devotion to God. This devotion is not a mere attachment or an attraction. This devotion is an unquestionable, unlimited, total abidance and love for the Lord. Not because of. We go to the Lord and worship only when we want something. And that's why Bhagavan always have a very naughty smile on his face. You come only when you want something, and you do not want me. If you want me, you will be utterly quiet in front of me. If you do not want me, you will be noisy. Constantly saying this or that, I want that, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Sanchame, Mayaschame, Priyanchame, Kamaschame, Kamaschame, Zomanasasme, Badranchame, Shayasme, Vasachame, me. For me. So you ask for me, not then I am always available to you. If you work for yourself something, chalo, I'll give something. You take this and go. But he is not happy with that. So here the very form of the Lord is nothing but our own ideal nature. The supreme nature of ours is represented there in that form. He is not a millionaire for whom you go and ask, beg, and you give somebody and you go home. How much we have brought down the nature of the Lord to our level. See that? Like a money lender. One who takes care of whatever I need. And of course, Swamiji, you can say that you are a sannyasi, I am a grihastha. We remain only at that level. Bhagavan doesn't really bother you. You remain there only. What can I say? So, bhakti, it is not for bhukti only. Yesterday I was there in that, Dharma Yoga Fest. There were various, they had one stage for Karma Yoga, another stage for Bhakti Yoga, another stage for Jnana Yoga, another stage for Ashtanga Yoga. There were various stages, various things were going on. I went only in the evening. But the maximum crowd, where it was? Not Karma Yoga, not Jnana Yoga, not Bhakti Yoga, not Ashtanga Yoga. Bhukti Yoga. So much crowd was there in the place where the food is. And the people who were sitting there to listen to the talk, there are a few number, maybe 20, 30, 100 and 200 people there. I could see that. I told them also. Then the Bhukti Yoga is the most maximum crowd. You have come to a spiritual, about Swami Vivekananda. Talking about international politics. That is our nature. Poor thing, they have organized all these things for us to understand the nature, the beauty of these teachings of Vivekananda. So, even when you go to a temple, many times it happens to us, Shivaratri time, they call us. So, is it Chinmaya Mission? Yes. What time is your prasad time? They are not interested in coming to puja. What time you give prasad? Go to any temple, then go directly to the kitchen. Eat. Maximum crowd there only. Why we are like this? What difference is between us and an animal? It also lives for that only. Kana, pina, sona. Picasso. So then, here, bhaktihi dridadiyadam, develop that strong devotion. Swamiji, you said divorce? No, I said devotion. Devotion where there is no deviation, no division and deviation. So the Bhagavad Bhakti is the most difficult because we can be attracted and loving so many other things, but to come to the Lord, to love the Lord, it is most difficult. In fact, in receiving all that we are receiving from the world, from the people around, everything is all blessings of the Lord only. We never recognize that. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyasha buddhi paryavatishtati. Krishna says that prasad bhav you should have. Everything is a grace coming to me. That is the Lord's blessing. If we have that perception, then everything you receive must be received with great devotion. Bhagavato bhaktihi dridhadiyatam. Continuing, he says, Dridataram karmashu santyajyatam. Now, that's the 11th step, he says. One should consciously bring peace to the mind. Peace is not going to be given to you by anybody. United Nation for Peace. Do you think they can give you peace? In fact, they are overruled. you just stay as just a merely entity. We take care of it. This is what all the powerful nations do. Who is listening to them? Peace. Oh, Swamiji, I want peace of mind. So long as your mind is in pieces, you will never get peace of mind. Peace. That passeth out understanding, Christ said. Because it is not something which you do that can create peace. Peace is that is to be claimed as our own nature. Like for example, I am talking to you, all right. I hope you are listening, fine. To create silence, what should I do? What should I do? Swamiji, shut up. Become quiet. Is it not that to experience that silence, I just have to stop making sound? Correct or not? I cannot create silence. I can only maintain silence, observe silence by not talking. In the same way, inner poise, like peace, silence outside, so long as the mind is full of thoughts and agitations, the everlasting peace which is already there cannot be found. Peace can be found as the nature of the mind only when the mind loses its nature. I repeat again here. Peace as a nature of the mind can be found only when you stop the nature of the mind of talking and thinking and constantly engaging in thoughts. All practices of meditation is to reach this point of knowing the thoughts to be false. Now you have come here from your home because you have thought about it. Not somebody dragged you, I hope. Come, otherwise no food for you. You came because you thought about it. So all our actions stem forth from the thought. The thoughts are valid only when you give importance to them. There are so many thoughts that are there in your mind at this moment also. Coffee. You're thinking about coffee. But at this moment, no, let Swamiji finish his talk and then I will go and have coffee. Why? Because the thought is as real as you give. It is unreal as the moment you give no reality to it. So the moment you give reality to your thoughts, it cannot but repeat itself. That is the nature. The moment you give reality to the thought, it will start having its strength of coming back again and again. Coffee, 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 coffee. It starts becoming so, and then you get up. Now, because I cannot stop. Now, because I have never practiced not giving reality to my thoughts, therefore, any thought that passes through my mind becomes important. And if a person is there who gives importance to every thought, must be crazy. You and I have the ability to give importance to certain thoughts which are useful, and as useless thoughts come to our mind, we let it go. You feel like slapping the person next to you. Do you do that? That's just a thought. Maybe your own husband, and it doesn't matter. So, now, this thought that comes to your mind, how real you are, it is. If you are able to recognize that a thought is as real as you like it to be, you know in meditation that you just have to let go of it. Anything and every thought that comes to your mind, let it go. Why? It is as real as I give it to be. This, when you practice, not as an activity, as an awareness, as an alertness, when you recognize the false nature of your thought, and when you become aware of this and let it go, you will find your mind naturally glides into the nature of peace, because that is its original nature. Not superficial nature. The superficial nature of the mind is to constantly engage in thoughts. The real nature of the mind is consciousness, awareness, peace. So, Shantyadi Parichiyatam. So here, peace, etc., meaning Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, meaning control of the mind, control of the senses, tolerance, all these things naturally would become yours. Shantyadi Parichiyatam. And what do you say further? Dridadaram Karmashu Santyajyatam. Then you will realize that you can choose your actions. You choose your thought and choose your actions. Not every thought need to be an activity. Not every action need to be performed because I like doing it. No, you do it because it has to be done, not you like to do it. Then you can have control over your unwanted habits, unwanted engagements in this world, unwanted conversation in this world. Mind is available naturally in the state of peace. So develop that as a conscious engagement of bringing peace to yourself. More about it we'll see in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.